absolutely phenomenal start to the season. It's just like you couldn't have scripted it any better. And the Minnesota Vikings get a win at home against the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers, 23-7. Aaron Rodgers humbled, knocked down. He did not get up again. He did not go Chumbawamba at the bit, as well as Justin friggin' Jefferson having himself a career day. Jaire Alexander, Eric Stokes, Adrian Amos, and the very talented Packers secondary is like, nope, not so much. Jefferson still got his, even though everyone and their mom knew that he was getting the football. Woo! You just absolutely love and adore seeing it, man. So we got the winners. We got losers from the game that was. So, before we used to reveal, doesn't matter. Winner number one, Justin friggin' Jefferson. 9 catches for $184. Nailed it. Didn't mean to shortchange him. 2 touchdowns on 11 targets. Career high in yardage. Franchise record. And, flirting with the franchise record. Tore up one of the best secondaries in the National Football League and had 0 Fs. And I do respect the Packers defense. They got studs at every single level. I think Joe Barry is a very competent defensive coordinator. But even though everyone knew Jefferson was getting the ball, he still got the ball, and he still dominated. And this is the Cooper Kupp effect, where Jefferson and Cooper Kupp aren't one-for-one stylistically the same receiver, but what Kevin O'Connell brings to the table, what Wes Phillips brings to the table, is the ability to get mismatches for your number one wide receiver. That includes a lot of shifting, a lot of different personnel usage. You see Jefferson out wide in the slot in motion. You see him in the backfield a couple times. How many times did you see Jefferson running against a linebacker? And if you go back his first 2 seasons, I bet you he was against the linebacker more times on Sunday in one game versus his entire first 2 seasons. Kevin O'Connell, he's been around the block. He's learned from the best of the best, and the offense just out of the gates, it's like a Ferrari, man. It's just like it's a freaking rocket just ascending. And Jefferson, he put the league on notice, man. He's coming for that number 1 spot, wide receiver 1, not only on this team, but for the entire friggin' league, man. Love it. Winner number 2, Kirk Cousins, where all offseason long, the talk has been, Kirk Cousins, he's not worth the money. He's a blah, blah, blah. He's this or that. But what's great about him, he looked fantastic. Again, against one of the best defenses in the National Football League, he stood tall and he made plays. And he didn't... Yeah, it's just tough to put into words because the Vikings can win a lot of games with this version of Kirk Cousins. The Vikings can win a Super Bowl with this version of Kirk Cousins. Absolutely. And Kirk, we said this on the halftime show, that Kirk was making plays off schedule. Kirk Cousins, he's like a musician who's really good with sheet music. He's not a jazz musician. He can't improvise. He can't scat. He did a lot of scatting. And I'm not talking about animal poop on the field Sunday at US Bank Stadium, where he's really amped up this part of his game. And respect to him for putting in the work. Respect to the entire coaching staff for really getting after it, because that's the thing that was missing. And that's the thing that you need, where if you have an offensive line that still has shoddy protection. First half, meh. Second half, fantastic. But Cousins being able to stay calm under pressure, move around the pocket, shift, buy a little bit more time, keep your eyes downfield, let your playmakers make plays, let them show themselves to you, and he did it. He completed 72% of his passes, 277 yards, 8.7 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, a 118.9 quarterback rating. Phenomenal. Played himself a phenomenal game. Also phenomenal, Za'Darius Smith got a sack right away, lined up inside against the right guard, so he's more than just an edge rusher. Was part of that big 4th down stop. Rodgers tried to block him. Again, respect for the restraint of not just planting Rodgers' ass 6 feet under. But Za'Darius is revved up, ready to go, man. He's a leader on this defense. Him and Daniil knocking on all the wood, staying healthy, going to be the best pass rushing duo in the National Football League. Also, they got 4 deep at edge rusher. Harrison Smith turning back the clock, man. All the haters and the losers were talking this offseason. Oh, Harrison, the game has passed him by. Oh, that's why they drafted Lewis in the first round, because they're ready to put Harrison Smith out to pasture. Nope. Still has range. Picked off Aaron Rodgers, 7 tackles. Stood up A.J. Dillon at the goal line. How many safeties in the league can do that? Not many. So Harrison Smith, double deuce, team captain, true leader of the team. Also still one of the best safeties in the game. Kevin O'Connell, props to him, man. First game as head coach, called a hell of a game. Made good halftime adjustments as after the Packers adjusted to him. First half was gangbusters. Second half, they won. They survived. It wasn't a pucker factor, but they were able to salt away the game. Even though, yes, the offense only scored 6 points in the second half, 0 touchdowns, but they did enough to be able to put the game away. There wasn't a pucker factor, and that new offense, man. The new offense is sex. A lot of 11 personnel, crossers, getting mismatches, finding the dead spaces in zones, setting up throws where Kirk Cousins is comfortable. Also, the great thing about crossers is one. Good placement on the ball, which Kirk Cousins can do. Your guys are in space. They turn it up, get the yards after the catch, break things open. You saw that a lot. Also, they can still run the damn ball. Straight up. And that hasn't been an issue with the Minnesota Movement Company. But Dalvin, Madison, especially when they needed some big-time runs late in the game to salt things away, they got it. They can run with power. They can still run outside zone, obviously, so they're good to go. Winner number 6, Danielle Hunter, he's back. Back again. Momentum killing sack, lined up all over the place, hand in the dirt, stand up, sit down, all around. Danielle is back, baby. 99 problems, and Danielle is going to be all of them for offensive lines. Number 7, Ed Donatel's defense. Got pressure, good on the goal line, shut down the two-time alleged reigning defending NFL MVP. 0 goose egg. D'Angelo Russell touchdowns, picked him off, 4 sacks, 67.7 quarterback rating, just complete annihilation of Aaron Rodgers. Yes, they gave up some yards on the ground, but guess what? Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, they're a bad duo. They're a tandem. They're good. Dalvin Cook, sort of a quiet 90 yards on the ground, 4.5 yards per carry, 108 total yards from scrimmage, and all the fireworks were around Jefferson, were around Cousins to a degree. I mean, Dalvin just did his work. He just got some tough yardage, made some good plays, and number 4, just looking good. Eric Kendricks, again, the best coverage linebacker in the National Football League, called game at the end against Tanyan, and he really stepped up because he was also carrying some of the weight of Jordan Hicks, where Jordan Hicks got to figure something out in coverage, but, I mean, Eric Kendricks is still that guy. Chess match against Aaron Rodgers, team captain, first time wearing that C. He's been a leader for years. Just because you wear the C doesn't mean that you're not a leader. Got after him, man. Greg Joseph making that 56-yarder, which would have been good from 70. Just kicking that thing to Arden Hills if the net wasn't there. Love to see it. Honorable mention winners, we got Patrick Jones in second. We got getting some nice pressure. Again, Vikings going 4 deep because we got DJ Wanham on here as well. Him getting that coverage sack. Relentless pursuit. Ryan Wright, the punter. Boomer. Also, I liked when he kicked that dude in the face. It was good times, man. Matt Daniels, the Viking special teams corner. I love being very aggressive, coming after every single punt. They're going to get one, and also ties in with CJ Ham. Nice pickup on that screen. Also, special teams captain for a reason. He's going to block a punt. He's going to block a couple punts. They're going to get after it, man. Losers, fortunately. So, Packer fans won. Actually, you know what? All right, so we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. All right, so these are tied together, where you look around. The national media jabroni haircuts, they kept feeding into Packers fans' delusions, where you subtract a top 3 receiver in the league. I would put him at 3, because Jefferson's obviously 1 for me. Cooper Kupp would be 2. But you take him away, and you expect to be at that same level. The national media jabroni haircuts predicting the Packers to have 13 wins, win the division going away. They're in the top 5, if not top 3 of most of their power rankings out there. And they just fed into that narrative. But it's not true. It simply is not. So you're telling me that losing one of the best receivers in the game, your offense is going to be fine because, you got Aaron Rodgers. Is it the chicken or the egg? Did Devontae Adams make life a lot easier for Aaron Rodgers? Is this like a souped up version of Kyler Murray and Nuke Hopkins? F it. Nuke is down there somewhere. F it. Devontae's down there somewhere. And I'm just waiting. As a Vikings fan, you're used to Devontae Adams just making a big-time play. Rodgers just sort of chucking it down there all willy-nilly. It wasn't there. It wasn't there. And the fact that the Packers offense resorted to running the ball and a couple of reverses, I mean, they became a high school team. Like, this is Appleton High School football. It's amazing. And Packers fans, they come in thumping their chests. Three in a row for Aaron Rodgers for MVP. Maybe they'd actually get it done in the playoffs this year versus losing at home to Jimmy Garoppolo against an offense that didn't score a touchdown. Loser number 3, Aaron Rodgers. Coming back, taking up all the money. Devontae Adams leaves, thinking you can still get it done. Woo! Love it. Where, hey, you pay your quarterback $50 million and then you become a running and defense team. Plus, yeah, the look of Rodgers on the sidelines, where this is the look of a man who probably should have just retired. He should have gone off to the sunset, did some peyote, go on like spirit walks, get a zodiac tattoo on his face. He would have been a lot happier. This is a prime example that money cannot buy happiness. Loser number 4, unfortunately, Ed Ingram, the rookie, fooled on a twist by Rashawn Gary on third down. Kenny Clark sort of had his way with him in the first half, but respect. That offensive line, second half, really got their ish together. So there you go. Rookie Christian Watson. So 34 overall pick, the spot that the Vikings traded down for 2 second-round picks. Christian Watson, first play of the game. First offensive play of the game, wide open, 75-yard touchdown. Now, I think the pride of NDSU might be fine. It's going to be a while. And lastly, unfortunately, we have to pick on veteran Jordan Hicks, where I like him. I think that he's just getting settled in with his defense, but it was clear that he was being targeted in coverage. He looked lost at times. He looked sort of listless at times. And we said this on the recap show, where you're going to see the box score, and Hicks led the team in tackles of 14. But they weren't pure tackles. A lot of them were his guy caught the ball in coverage, and then he tackled them. We called them Blanton tackles from Robert Blanton back in the day. But, I mean, Jordan Hicks, he's a veteran. Hopefully he'll get his head screwed on right and get into the game. Otherwise, free Brian Asamoah. It would be beautiful, even though they'll probably put Troy Dye in first. But it's going to be Asamoah. It's going to be Kendricks long term. Also, Jordan Hicks completely whiffed on A.J. Dillon, and he would have scored a touchdown if Harrison Smith didn't stand him up at the 1. But, again, we're sort of picking nits here because all around, it was a good day. Honestly, you really couldn't have asked for better. The Vikings put Aaron Rodgers on his ass. They shut him down. They embarrassed him. The offense looked great. And now they're rolling into week 2. And now they're rolling into the rest of the schedule, man, because week 2 Eagles, woo. I mean, the Eagles-Lions game, that was fun. So now you're on Monday night. Only time the Vikings are on either Monday or Sunday Night Football as of right now. They obviously could get flexed later in the season to Sunday Night Football, but primetime opportunity. Kevin O'Connell, Justin friggin' Jefferson, Kirk Cousins, that defense, they're going to get after it. I love it. So you couldn't have scripted a better way to start the season. So there you go. Anyways, that's it. That's our winners and losers. Do you agree? Do you disagree with our list? Who should be on? Who should be off? Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.